All right, my literary dreamers. Mike here from the one and only The Novel Nest, and I've just been utterly charmed and soul soothed by L.M. Montgomery's hidden gem, The Blue Castle. This book is a glorious permission slip to find your own damn happiness, and I am absolutely buzzing to tell you why it's pure magic. Okay, let's step back in time. We're not in Avonlea, but we're definitely in Montgomery country. Picture early 20th century rural Ontario, a small, slightly gossipy town called Deerwood. It's a place of suffocating respectability, where everyone knows everyone else's business, and deviation from the norm is met with raised eyebrows and hushed whispers. The vibe is, well, it's a bit like being trapped in a very well dusted, very disapproving china cabinet. And in this china cabinet lives our heroine, Valancy Stirling. Poor dear Valancy. She's 29, unmarried, a cardinal sin in Deerwood, considered plain, downtrodden, and utterly under the thumb of her oppressive, critical, and thoroughly unpleasant clan of relatives. Her life is a monotonous cycle of being useful, being criticized, and secretly escaping into the romantic novels of John Foster and her imaginary blue castle in Spain, her only refuge. It's a world of muted colors, whispered criticisms, and a deep, aching loneliness. But then, something happens. Something that shatters the monotony and gives Valancy the courage to finally demand her own life. And the characters. Oh, Montgomery's characters always feel so real, even the ones you want to throttle. Valancy Stirling. Gosh, the old maid heroine who is anything but. At the start, she's a mouse. Her core motivation is a desperate, unspoken yearning for beauty, for love, for freedom, for just one moment of genuine happiness. Her fatal flaw? Years of learned helplessness, of allowing her spirit to be crushed by her family's relentless negativity. She made me feel such a profound ache of sympathy, and then later an explosive burst of and her transformation from a timid, browbeaten spinster into a woman who speaks her mind, defies convention, and grabs life by the horns is one of the most satisfying character arcs I've read in a long, long time. I wanted to hug her, then give her a high five and a megaphone. Valancy's journey from dust, the doormat, to a woman living authentically is just chef's kiss. The Stirling clan, mother, cousin Stickles, Uncle Benjamin, etc., oh my God, this gaggle of relatives. They are the collective antagonist, a Greek chorus of disapproval and petty tyranny. Their core motivation seems to be maintaining their own sense of superiority by keeping Valancy small and miserable, reinforcing their rigid, joyless worldview. Their fatal flaw? Their utter lack of empathy, their crushing conformity, their inability to see beyond the end of their own noses or the town's gossip. They made me want to throw teacups at the wall. They are so perfectly, infuriatingly awful that they make Valancy's eventual rebellion even sweeter and more triumphant. There's not much arc for them, thankfully, just a well-deserved series of bewildered shocks as Valancy sheds their control. Barney Snaith, the mysterious, disreputable man who lives alone on an island in Muskoka, rumored to be everything from an escaped convict to a counterfeiter. He's an outsider, a rebel, a man who lives by his own rules, deeply connected to the natural world. His core motivation? A profound love for nature, for solitude, for authenticity, and a desire to escape the pretenses of society. His compelling quality, his quiet strength, his unexpected kindness when it finally emerges, his complete disregard for Deerwood's petty judgments, and the air of mystery that surrounds him. He represents freedom, the untamed, the blue castle made real, a tangible escape. He made me deeply intrigued and fiercely hopeful for Valancy's connection with him. Sissy Gay, Valancy's childhood friend, now dying of consumption, but living her last days with a poignant joy and unflinching honesty. She's a vital catalyst for Valancy, a living, breathing example that life is too short and precious to be wasted in fear, regret, or catering to the whims of others. Her scenes are bittersweet, beautiful, and heartbreakingly inspiring. She's a spark that ignites Valancy's courage. John Foster and his novels are not a physical character you meet directly for most of the book. The romantic escapism and ideals offered by John Foster's novels are Valancy's lifeline in her early misery. They represent the dreams, beauty, and passionate love she craves, fueling her inner world when her outer world is so bleak. The idea of him and the world he creates as a character in itself. The plot of The Blue Castle isn't about grand adventures. It's the incredibly grand adventure of a soul waking up. It's a beautiful, heartwarming, and surprisingly fierce journey of self-discovery and rebellion. It's about what happens when a woman who has been told her whole life that she's worthless, a burden, an old maid, finally gets a diagnosis that paradoxically gives her the freedom to live. Key moments that had me on the edge of my seat or clutching my heart with a mix of anguish and exultation. Valancy receiving that devastating diagnosis from Dr. Trent. It's a gut punch, but you almost feel this dark, thrilling sense of liberation for her. Believing she has only a year to live, she has this lightning bolt moment. If I'm going to die, I'm going to live first. And you just want to scream, yes, Valancy, yes. Her first acts of glorious rebellion, oh, those scenes are pure, unadulterated gold. When she finally tells off her entire insufferable family, demanding her own money, speaking her mind with a lifetime of pent-up honesty, it's like watching a supernova. The Stirling's sputtering, scandalized outrage is comedic genius. I was cackling with glee. Her escape from the suffocating confines of Deerwood to care for Sissy Gay in Muskoka. It's like she steps out of a dusty, sepia-toned photograph into a world bursting with vibrant, breathtaking color. The descriptions of the Muskoka wilderness are so vivid, you can smell the pines and feel the cool lake breeze. Her utterly unconventional, almost shockingly direct proposal to Barney Snaith. It's bold, it's born of a desperate desire to experience something real, and it's so wonderfully, uniquely Valancy in her newfound courage. It's a gamble, a leap into the unknown, and you're holding your breath right alongside her. Life on Barney's Island, the depiction of simple joys, the profound connection with nature, the quiet, unforced companionship, and the slow, tentative, beautiful blossoming of love and self-worth. It's idyllic, but Montgomery masterfully weaves in an undercurrent of uncertainty and mystery surrounding Barney that keeps you hooked. The eventual revelations about Barney Snaith's past, and the true nature of the mysterious John Foster. No spoilers, I promise, but let me tell you, it's a delightful, classic L.M. Montgomery twist that ties things together with such warmth and satisfaction. And that ending, oh, that ending is just chef's kiss. It is so deeply satisfying, so thoroughly earned, so full of hope, gentle triumph, and the quiet joy of a life finally lived on one's own terms. It leaves you with a happy sigh and a tear in your eye. Stakes are Valancy's very soul, her one shot at genuine happiness before she believes her time runs out. It's a race against her own perceived mortality, not to save the world, but to save herself from the slow, agonizing death of a life unlived, a spirit unexpressed. Why did this relatively lesser-known Montgomery novel completely capture my book-addicted heart and soul, and why will it capture yours? L.M. Montgomery's prose is pure comfort, joy, and poetic beauty. She has this almost magical ability to write with such warmth, such incredible charm, such genuine, heartfelt affection for her characters, even the truly awful ones. She gives them just enough humanity to make them believable. Her descriptions of nature, particularly the Muskoka landscape, are breathtakingly beautiful, almost like paintings in words. Lines like, "Fear is the original sin. Almost all the evil in the world has its origin in the fact that someone is afraid of something," just resonate with such simple, profound truths. Reading her feels like wrapping yourself in the coziest, most lovingly knitted Afghan while sipping tea by a crackling fire. Valancy's transformation is utterly believable, inspiring, and radical for its time. This isn't an overnight fairy tale change, it's a gradual, hard-won awakening, fueled initially by desperation and then by a growing, defiant sense of self-worth and a hunger for beauty. It's a powerful, enduring reminder that it is never too late to claim your own life, to find your voice, to build your own castle. As a book addict who lives for compelling character arcs, this one is an absolute masterclass in quiet heroism. The satire of small-town hypercrist and family tyranny is spot on and still relevant. Montgomery skewers the petty snobberies, the suffocating gossip, the soul-crushing conformity, and the casual cruelty of communities like Deerwood, and let's be honest, families like the Stirlings, with such wit, precision and righteous indignation. The Stirling clan is a masterclass in truly awful, emotionally vampiric relatives, and their eventual minor but oh so satisfying humbling is a delight to witness. The romance is unconventional, tender, and deeply heartfelt. It's not a whirlwind, love at first sight confection. It's built on shared solitude, a mutual appreciation for the untamed, a quiet understanding, and eventually a deep and abiding respect and love. It feels real, it feels earned, and it's all the more beautiful for its quiet, unconventional blossoming away from the judging eyes of society. The celebration of nature, solitude, and simple living is a balm for the modern soul. The stark contrast between the stifling artificial interiors and social rituals of Deerwood and the wild, natural, soul-expanding beauty of Barney's Island in Muskoka is so potent, it's a love letter to finding peace, healing, and genuine happiness away from the incessant demands and superficial judgments of society, a message that feels more urgent now than ever. It's a book about finding and building your blue castle. That central metaphor of a secret inner place of dreams, beauty, and happiness is so incredibly powerful and universal. The novel is about Valancy learning to build her blue castle, not just in the escapism of her imagination, but brick by brick, choice by choice, in the real world. And that's a message that resonates deeply with anyone who's ever felt like an outsider, yearned for something more, or dared to dream of a life lived on their own terms. This charming, often humorous novel is packed with some seriously profound and timeless themes that Montgomery handles with such grace. The courage to live authentically in the face of oppression. This is the absolute, undeniable heart of it. Valancy's journey is about shedding the suffocating cloak of societal and familial expectations and finding the incredible courage to live a life that is true to her own desires, values, and newly awakened spirit. It's a powerful call to arms for anyone feeling trapped, finding beauty and joy in the ordinary why. The book is a radiant celebration of the profound beauty of the natural world, the changing seasons, the call of the loons, the starlit nights, and the simple, unpretentious joys of a life lived in harmony with it. This stands in stark, deliberate contrast to the artificiality and spiritual poverty of Deerwood society. The tyranny of family dynamics and societal expectations, especially for women, yet often darkly humorous, in her depiction of how family and community can inadvertently or very deliberately stifle individuality, crush spirits, and enforce a soul-killing conformity, particularly on women of that era. The importance and power of dreams, imagination, and escapism. Valancy's Blue Castle in Spain and her beloved John Foster novels are her initial refuge, her lifeline. They are the seeds of her eventual transformation, proving that dreams and imagination are not just frivolous, but essential for survival and for envisioning a different future. It's never ever too late for happiness and self-discovery. Valancy is 29, considered a hopeless old maid by her family and society, her life seemingly over before it has even truly begun. The book is a beautiful, resounding testament to the fact that happiness, love, adventure, and profound self-discovery can come at any age, often when you least expect it, and have the courage to seize it. The true meaning of wealth, status, and respectability. The Stirlings are obsessed with appearances, their good name, and their material possessions, yet they are spiritually impoverished, joyless, and mean-spirited. Valancy and Barney, in their simple cabin on the island, find a true richness in love, nature, and freedom that money cannot buy. This book made me think long and hard about all the unlived lives around us, the quiet acts of rebellion that often go unnoticed, and the incredible, often underestimated, strength it takes to break free from deeply ingrained expectations and courageously build your own version of happiness. Even if it looks unconventional or even disreputable to the rest of the world. Finishing The Blue Castle left me feeling utterly uplifted, like my soul had been given a spa day and a shot of pure, unadulterated hope. It's like a deep, cleansing breath of fresh, pine-scented Muskoka air. It's exhilarating and deeply moving to watch Valancy shed her drab caterpillar skin and emerge as this vibrant, truth-speaking butterfly. It's heartbreaking to witness what she endured for so long, but her triumph is so incredibly sweet, so thoroughly earned, it makes you want to pump your fist in the air. It's a book that makes you want to be a little braver in your own life, a little kinder to your own dreams, a little more rebellious in the pursuit of your own personal blue castle. It stands out because it's a story of quiet internal heroism. Valancy isn't slaying dragons or leading armies in the traditional sense. She's fighting for her own spirit, for her fundamental right to happiness and self-expression. And that's a battle that is profoundly relatable, deeply inspiring, and in its own way, utterly epic. It's a book that whispers with a mischievous, knowing smile, you can do it too. It's your life. Go live it. It's a literary hug that also gives you a gentle but firm, encouraging nudge out the door towards your own cherished dreams. So, my wonderful, whimsical, wild-hearted novel nesters, my literary loonies in search of stories that soothe and strengthen. If you are looking for a book that will charm your socks clean off, warm the deepest cockles of your heart, and maybe, just maybe, ignite a spark of joyous rebellion and inspire you to make a bold, beautiful change in your own life, if you love a story about an underdog not just triumphing but truly blossoming against suffocating circumstances, if you believe in the magic of second chances, the enduring power of dreams, and the quiet glory of finding your own path, then I don't just recommend The Blue Castle by Ella Montgomery. I implore you, I enthusiastically nudge you, I wholeheartedly, passionately beg of you to discover or rediscover this absolutely precious hidden gem. It's the perfect literary antidote for when life feels a bit too gray, when you need a potent dose of hope, a reminder of the breathtaking beauty that exists in the world and within yourself, and a damn good story about a woman taking glorious, unapologetic control of her own destiny. What are your favorite hidden gem classics that deserve more love? Have you read The Blue Castle? Did Valancy's magnificent telling off scenes make you want to stand up and cheer as loudly as I did? Who are your most loathsome literary relatives? Let's get a cozy, inspiring, slightly rebellious chat going in the comments below. I want to hear all about your literary comfort reads, your dream castles, and the books that made you feel brave. All right, that's the absolutely delighted, heart-warmed dispatch from your devoted, slightly misty-eyed, and thoroughly charmed correspondent here at the Novel Nest. If this journey to Valancy Stirling's Blue Castle has warmed your heart, tickled your rebellious bone, and sparked your imagination, then for the love of Muskoka sunsets, speaking your unvarnished truth and finding your own island of happiness, smash that like button until it shimmers like a northern lake under a canopy of stars. And if you haven't yet joined our cozy, crazy congregation of book addicts, what in the name of John Foster's most romantic heroes are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's discover more life-affirming literary treasures together. Until our next adventure, keep dreaming big, keep rebelling beautifully in all the best ways, and always, always search for and build your own blue castle. Peace out, you beautiful, brave, wonderful souls.